cars this next update. And when I say update, I don't mean the long-awaited island coming in November. I mean this update, because I mean main stage. I mean this coming Wednesday. And by coming Wednesday, I guess I mean tomorrow, tonight. Oh yeah, I guess so. Damn, I forgot my own schedule there for a second. 11 cars, yes, 11 cars that I will be telling you about, so don't worry, you can count them on your end. I'm gonna give you all the info, how to get them, where to buy them, where to unlock them, where to get them for free, or how to do whatever you want with all these cars coming up this next update. And here's the crazy thing, 9 of those cars are in the span of a week. So, let me tell you about all these cars, and this time I'm not gonna use that weird sound effect editing style that I've been doing recently. Alright, I lied. Car number 1 is, well, this thing. Technically, I know that it's part of this update that we're in right now, the main stage we are in currently. However, you receive this car during next update, the beginning of the update, Wednesday. That's when anyone who got top 10,000 in this summit will receive the Chevrolet Impala, which happens to be the colors white, blue, and pink, and is also a touring car model, which has transitioned to street. Ivory Tower is trying to say something here, and I don't think Ivory Tower know that. But this summit car will be put into the accounts of all the players who got platinum this summit next main stage, the beginning of next main stage. And let's hope this time they don't leave in the text-to-speech placeholder dialogue for Malu.
Recap of American Custom Month with a week highlighting all the aspects of US customization. Welcome to the American Custom Showreel.
It actually fits in rather nicely as well to next month, because the theme of next month is Resto mod. So, you know, this thing is clearly, it works, it works. With week 1, this isn't the last American muscle old school car that has turned into a summit car that has anything to do with the first week of this next update, because speaking of the main stage, car number 2 is the main stage reward for this next month. It is the Challenger? Challenge. It's not Charger. No, it's the Challenger. Did I get that right? The Challenger RIP Edition is the next car to grace the main stage, meaning all you have to do is get to level 3 in the overall progression. And that will get you the RIP Edition. Now, your one won't be orange by stock. It will probably be gray, but my one is because, well, I like Driver San Francisco, and this is the only Challenger of this gen that is this, you know, it's a summit car. So I've got it Driver San Francisco reference. See? Retro gaming NOS as well. Now all I need is the ability to zip out of my body and then into some other car.
This is a car, sir.
This thing is, of course, a Resto mod and will be in here in the main stage, level 3. Once you get one of these maxed out, you can use that same one to progress this. So that's car number 2. Pretty simple, right? Well, now it gets interesting, because we're not talking about a summit car from this main stage. We're not talking about a summit car from the Crew 2 returning in main stage. This time we're talking about fresh, brand new cars, which are technically week 1 and 2. I'll explain. These are your final year 1 pass cars ever. These 2 cars, the Toyota 2000 GT Coupe, one of the most iconic JDM cars ever made, as it was touted as the beginning of the Japanese sports car movement, and the BMW M3 is, I might be wrong here, the only M3 we've ever gotten in game. I checked and I was right. The first M3 we're getting in the Crew Motorfest with one of the most iconic Toyotas ever made. Both of these cars are coming to the game this week. Tomorrow, from when this video goes out, you'll be able to get them free if you have the year 1 pass. If you don't have the year 1 pass, these cars will be shuffled to next week, the second week of the update, where they will be buyable. But they are, at the moment, part of week 1. But, oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, God, oh, this is so tiring. Ah, God, let's stop talking about boring brand new cars. Let's talk about some more cars returning from the franchise. Well, the 3 Jaguars are returning also week 1. These cars are coming to the Crew Motorfest. Now, it sure is a lasting legacy, as these are the last cars that were ever added to the Crew 2, which you will know if you watched yesterday's video. By the way, head down there and subscribe. It'll be very much appreciated. Just keep up to date with my content and whatnot. But yes, these cars are coming back to the game. 3 vehicles will be buyable. How do I have them? Well, if you owned them in the Crew 2, they immediately transfer. However, if you didn't own them in the Crew 2, and you don't have the Crew 2 and can't go back to that game, the Jaguar XE SV Project 8, the fastest car around the Nürburgring, the Jaguar D-Type, the fanciest car out the gutter, and the Jaguar XJ220, a car so legendary as a fake leak that it unfake leaked itself. These 3 cars are being added to the Crew Motorfest in the store for you to buy if you didn't own them week 1. But let's finish up with week 1, but let's not finish up with transferred Crew 2 cars, because we're not done here. Because week 2 is... and a car that not only has a lasting legacy as a meta vehicle in the Crew 2, but also a car that is an off-roader. Well, week 2 graces us with the transfer, so the same system as the Jaguars, like I just explained, of the Mazda RX-7 FB in Rallycross. This car will be buyable in store for anyone who did not get it in the Crew 2. This thing is coming to the Crew Motorfest week 2, August. Oh god, we're already late into August by then, no? Yeah, August 14th. By that point, halfway through. The 3rd to last vehicle to transfer from the Crew 2. It's pretty fun. I like it. I just wish that we had a base model version of this version of the RX-7. We have the FD and we have the FC, but we don't have the FB. Granted, it is probably the worst of the 3. Yeah, I'm hating on the FB. I'm doing that. Screw you, FB. Me and the homies hate the FB and the FD, but I can't let gang know I hate the FD. The FC is easily the best RX-7. But the off-roading trend clearly doesn't end in the week of because this is the week that we will be getting the Off-Road Addict playlist. There was an error in one of the images that they released. I can assure you it is not coming August 7th, meaning tomorrow. The Off-Road Addict playlist, volume 2, is coming the second week, August 14th. This is confirmed info, no need to worry. And this will bring with it a free car, because if you have finished the Off-Road Addict Volume 1, you'll have the vehicle to do Off-Road Addict Volume 2. That thing you'll need to do the next playlist, and then that will give you, once you finish the playlist, the brand new Jeep Off-Road Edition, or whatever the first one was called, which I delved into extensively in a different video, but all you need to know is that is car number 9, and the final car of this hot week at the beginning of this next month. Just so much, so much. Fellas, I was wrong. I just realized I was wrong. By wrong, I mean wrong within this very video. It's not 9 vehicles in the first week, it's 10. 10 of the 11 vehicles are part of August 7th to August 14th. Well, what's this last one? If you guys can ever learn to forgive me for accidentally telling you there's even less hype than there actually is, will you allow me to tell you about the Nissan 300ZX Kaido Edition? One of my favorite summit cars. Again, 2 of my favorite summit cars being featured in this update. Pretty cool. This thing is going to be added in a main stage legacy. Now, I'm going to assume you know what the main stage legacy feature is. Except when I say that, by that I mean I'm still gonna give you a dumbed down description of it. Every main stage has its weeks, and those weeks, the summit events are brought back in the form of the main stage legacy to sort of immortalize every single update in the game, as well as reduce the FOMO by giving you the car in that main stage as a reward, just like this. And well, the reward car for the main stage of the Black Panther and Steer Online month was the Nissan 300ZX Kaido Edition. This thing is going to be gettable by simply doing 8 events in the main stage Legacy. You drive home with this thing. By drive home, I mean you hit collect. It's a lot less exciting. But you know what else is a lot less exciting? Week 3 and 4 of this update. But this next week does actually technically help me with the logic of this video a little bit, because I counted the American Edition Impala as a car for this month because you receive it during this week. Well, there's 2 weeks left of this month to talk about, and the Summit car, if it was the last week, I'd have to follow my own rule and not count it in this video. But it's not. Instead, the Summit begins week 3 and you receive the car week 4 within this main stage. Haha! I got away with it, didn't I? I don't know what I'm gonna hope that works out for the next few, gonna have to hope I can just do a leap of logic like that in the next ones too. But what is that Summit car? What is that Summit car that we will try and win on week 3 and receive on week 4? Well, the car during potentially one of my new favorite Summit cars, the Dodge Charger Tusk Ring Brothers. This thing is just phenomenal. These are some shots I took of it when it was in the custom show at the beginning of the update as a Motorfest vehicle, right? Because they let some stuff slip through the cracks. These shots I took of the car, they show it off so nicely. The interior. This thing is a real car, by the way, made by the Ring Brothers Customization Company. We're going to be racing for this thing. We're going to get to drive it that month. We're going to win this thing the week after. The Dodge Charger Ring Brothers is an absolutely beautiful vehicle, and I cannot wait to drive this thing and get it. It's just a month of phenomenal Summit cars. A pretty cool Summit car being received by everyone week 1. A pretty cool Summit car in the main stage, returning from the Crew 2. A pretty cool Summit car in the main stage Legacy that we're going to be able to get. And then a pretty cool Summit car in the game as a Summit car in the Summit. What a phenomenally good month for Summits. The Summit's winning. And then during week 4, we will be receiving the Dodge Charger Tusk, which I talked about a moment ago, but also it's a BMW one, so like there's nothing. There's realistically nothing during this week. It does seem like Motorfest Selection is their new way of doing brand addict summits, which they used to do in the Crew 2. I guess if Ivory Tower wanted a better relationship with a brand for like a week, you know, maybe some numbers didn't go through, an email was a bit too passive aggressive, and they needed to be like, hey, we still like you guys, give us some cars please, could we pay a bit less for those licenses please? They would do a brand addict summit. Well, this update features 3 with BMW Motorfest Selection, Porsche Motorfest Selection in month 3 of this update, and Nissan Motorfest Selection in month 4 of this update. But other than that little tidbit of information that you now know about the final week, there's nothing else really going on that week of note, so that's about it. Something to bear in mind is there is still a Street 1 car and a single hypercar that we do not know about, that being what they are or their date of release. Those are still up in the air somewhere. But that's about it. That's all shuffling in its way from tonight. Depending on when I release this video, which obviously I'd release it the Tuesday before, because the moment it's Wednesday, the video is invalid. Obviously. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's about it from me. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you to popular members, especially thanks to famous members, and an insane thank you to icon members. HK in a bit.